And I'm back again. So, it's been a long time since my last stream. It's been a week. I think it was the last time I did Ace Attorney. Yes, it's been a week since my last stream. I would have done more, but as I mentioned in the previous stream, I was out of town for a family event. So forgive me, guys, for being absent the past week. I am trying to stream more as time goes on. Unfortunately, sometimes like things get in the way, and that's understandable. Like, me streaming is not as important as anything else. Like, family always comes first. That's what I like to argue. So give me one quick second while I finish setting some things up. I'm also waiting for my dog to finish eating, because literally right when I hit start, he got up and he was like begging me to feed him. So I was like, okay, let me take some time to get him his food and get him some water. So yeah, I'm letting it finish up, and then I'll have him go outside. Hey, Mustang. Always great to have you back, buddy. Give me 1 second. How have you been? It's not I don't consider you family. It's just that it's just like sometimes, you know, other things have to come first. Ready to go outside? He's ready to go outside, so I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So yeah, I took a quick break from streaming for a week so I could get ready to go see my family and have a little fun time with them. And so yeah, now we're back, and now we got to go for my other family here at streaming, but also we got to get back to our would you say they're a surrogate or an adopted family, Sholmes and Iris? I would say, okay, or also maybe, I think the word I should be trying to look for is chosen family. Yeah, I think chosen family may suit them better. They're not a surrogate, and they're not adopted, and they're not an adopted family or anything. I would say they're more of a, it's kind of like how it's a family of friends, especially when you have roommates and you have your own apartment. What you have is a kind of like a non-traditional family, and I think this is what we got going on here. So back to what I was trying to do. We're gonna go back and play some Ace Attorney. We just finished finding out as much as we could about the entire situation. There was no way Van Zeeks killed Gregson. There is no way that he did it. And yet, and then on top of that, we have to find what is it? What's his name? Daily. It's EV Daily, and I don't know. He'll come back to me. We still have to find him, and we find out he worked at Barclay. Well, used to work at Barclay Prison, but now, oh boy, there's just a lot going on in this case. Like, I can't even tell you how crazy I went last time. If you look back at the clip and the highlight from that entire situation, oh my god, that case had so many ups and downs. I don't even know where to begin with that. So for now, let's get back into it, and let's see what other shenanigans happened today. I swear though, if any member of the jury is a repeat of the last one, I don't know, I'm gonna go berserk again. Just you watch. I'll go crazy. There's that old familiar feeling again. The crushing pressure of this historic courthouse. Ugh. Actually, no. It's a little different today. Oh yeah! That's right. Kazuma is the prosecutor. Oh no, my boyfriend is gonna be going against me. Wait. No, that's Sholmes. No, never mind. I like saying that Kazuma and Sholmes are boyfriend, which they are. They're very much boyfriend. Oh god, though. I like creating a little harem for Ryunosuke. He's got a big group going on here. Back to it. There's an even more menacing tension in the air. There is a menacing tension in the air here today, isn't there? I suppose. I have two boyfriends. I have Sholmes and Kazuma. In real life, no, I wish. I don't know. I like being single as a Pringle. It doesn't hurt. Yes, I think so. It can only be the result of the menacing appearance of the defendant. Oh god. He's just standing there. Oh yeah, he's third boyfriend. He's the third boyfriend. He's the... he completes the trio. You know how to get her. Yep, he does. Oh god. I don't know how Ryunosuke does it, man. He has 3 boyfriends. I don't know how he does it. It's not easy, but he somehow managed to get not even just a throuple. He got a what do you call it, like quadruple? Is that a quadruple? Like quadruple? I don't know. A quartet. That's something. Now here's the thing. Who's gonna sing the lines? Anyway, so I think I mentioned it before, but my ranking of boyfriends for this one, I would say it's Sholmes at the top because it's Sholmes. Who you can't help but love him even when he drives you crazy. And then we got Kazuma and then Van Zieks. The reason why I'm putting Van Zieks below Kazuma, even though Kazuma has been missing like literally for an entire game and a half, is that one, the history, and 2, come on, we go way back. And it's not that Van Zieks is like hating on me and he's like trying to get me not in trouble. He's trying to make my life hard. It's just that majority of the game is that he is very much like trying his best to derail our train, and he's trying to not let us have our role. Isn't that right, Van Zieks? You're trying to make my life harder. And he's also he was like a bit racist, so you kind of have to like put him lower than Kazuma in this case, you know. Anyway, let's go back to it. A little more courtesy, if you please. Oh my, I do apologize. However, you're certainly not mistaken that this trial is far from ordinary. What do you mean? I'm not privy to the details. However, I understand that has been selected. Well, there goes my theory that we're going to have a bunch of repeats in this jury because there is none. Well, yeah, this makes the game very interesting. I don't know how we're going to do this. Who's the judge? Is it Jigoku? Is it the normal judge? What? I mean, oh boy. This is actually playing with my brain much more than I thought it would be. I don't know about you. This is a sticky situation we got going on here. All right, let's keep going.
A trial without a jury? Well, that's just like the trial of the professor 10 years ago.
A closed court. Good morning, my dear fellows. Oh God. Oh my God. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ in heaven. You restored this man's hair back to its normal way. Thank you so much. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Oh God. You cannot imagine how much it hurt seeing this gorgeous man and his beautiful gray locks go from red to blue in a matter of hours. Oh God, it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, and I never want to see that again. Sholmes, have you learned your lesson? Have you learned your lesson, Sholmes? Please tell me you learned your lesson. Oh God, I never, ever want to see that from Sholmes ever again. And if you're gonna spoil me that it happens again, do not even try to put it in the frickin' chat. I swear to God.
Mr. Sholmes.
Have you made note of my hair, Mr. Naruhodo? An outright victory for science, you must agree. Yes, I did notice. Oh, do you like it? I love it. To be perfectly honest, so much happened yesterday that, well, I completely forgot about your little hair problem. Ah, what to one man is a little hair problem is to another a day of drinking dubious potion after dubious potion. You could tell Iris really made sure that he went back to normal. Like, obviously he made it himself, but obviously with the how bad it got, Iris is like, you know what, Hurley? Here, let me help you. Drink this, and drink this. What's this one? Oh, it's for your stupidity. What? Oh, nothing. Oh, God. But yeah, a lot of things happened in the last day that something like Sholmes' hair is going to be very much like not even part of it. You just forget about it. You have no idea how much my stomach ails me this morning.
Oh dear, how awful for you.
I'm afraid you only have yourself to blame, Mr. Sholmes. And good morning to you, Mr. Reaper. I'm delighted to see you looking so full of vim. And I see London's celebrated great detective is as active as ever. Oh, you exaggerate, my dear fellow. Compared to my paltry engagements with a few trivial cases, the Reaper's overbearing presence is a far greater deterrent to the black roots of crime in our capital. And whilst I may not agree with your methods, there is at least one point on which I would readily commend you. What an honor, and that would be your eye for a good lawyer, sir.
Mr. Sholmes. Oh, I'm so flattered.
Well, I am your boyfriend. God, I make this game so gay when it's like not even like supposed to be very gay. After all, behind this lawyer, there is a very great mind, my own. You know what? I take that back, Sholmes. Maybe you should go back home to Iris. What are you trying to say? I wish only to say that you should be prepared for quite a trial, Mr. Reaper. Sorry to barge in. Who could be saying this? Oh! has her own armband. Oh my god. Dang. They can never have a duo like Gina and Gregson, like as close as they are together in a game. They were so close, and you can tell from Gina in just a few months she grew to love him so much. Gina! What's that on her arm? It's a morning band, I suppose.
Father, shouldn't you be at the symposium?
It's been postponed, so I have some free time. I decided to come along with the police inspector to see our country's up-and-coming student in action.
Oh,
I shall be very interested to see the fruits of your studies over the past year. Don't hate on me if I fail. Oh, I will judge you very hard. Well, it's an honor to have you here. Let's hope there are some fruits to see.
Odo. Oh, yes, Gina? Why'd you agree to this, eh? Why'd you take him on?
Huh?
This Reaper bloke. Everyone says it was him what killed the boss.
Sorry about that. That was very loud. I'm sorry, Gina. But I just don't believe that.
Well, if it weren't him, who was it?
I don't know that yet.
I don't care who calls him what. The Reaper's just a name.
Okay. Wrong emotion. Let me do that again.
I don't care who calls him what. The Reaper's just a name. He's just a person at the end of the day. And if it turns out it was him what killed the boss, then God help him.
I could snap your neck. Fiery eyes indeed. Yes, the culprit deserves every ounce of your loathing.
Huh?
At least that may be some solace to the deceased.
Please, Odo. Get whoever did this for the boss. Oh, Gina. I am feeling this useless, but there's nothing I can do. So you gotta find who done this and make the wretch pay.
Guess if the defense and the defendant. Court will be in session shortly. Make your way into the courtroom at once, please. Now!
Alright then, here we go.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. Lord of Anziques.
Here we go. Time to see what the heck goes on in this trial.
One who lost his treasured brother to a mass murderer. One who lost his treasured father in a foreign court of law. And one who lost the man who helped her escape destitution. All that misfortune, all that pain, on course to collide headlong in this trial. It's time to shine a light on all these dark events.
Sholmes, you're facing the wrong way. Can you turn around, please? Sholmes. Oh no, he has AirPods in. You guys remember that meme? I surely remember it.
And whatever truth is revealed,
There we go.
we're going to have to look it straight in the eye.
Oh boy. That was a very interesting opening. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, that was actually really cool. if I actually felt like the tension in that moment. It was like, wow. All right, so just lighting. Let me see how this one looks. I like this one better. Sorry. It is so cool. Wait. Okay, one quick second. Let me see the gallery before I make my comment.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here to conduct a fair and just trial of the defendant, Beric van Zieks. Counsels for the defense and prosecution, are you ready to begin?
The defense is ready, my lord. Okay, now that I see the gallery. If it's supposed to be a closed court and there's no jury, obviously there can be a few people present to oversee this trial to make sure it goes fair and everything. But shouldn't there be no one involved in the trial besides the defense, prosecution, the judge, and the defendant, and any witnesses? Because that doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I don't know how closed trials work. It just kind of seems counterintuitive, you know? The prosecution is more than ready. Ooh, Kazuma's ready to take him down.
Oh, Kazuma-sama.
I've been wishing to see you in court again for so long, it feels. But I never pictured it happening like this. I never thought I'd be facing you behind the prosecution's bench. I more imagined that I would be facing away from you, bent over it. Someone please take this mic away from me.
The so-called Reaper of the Bailey has been a scourge like no other, undermining Her Majesty's justice system. Today, we must uncover the truth behind this scourge.
In other words, this trial is going to be a lot more far-reaching than Inspector Gregson's murder.
The truth revealed by these proceedings may have unpredictable repercussions through the judiciary. Accordingly, they are to be conducted as a closed trial, with no members of the public present.
Okay, So those are not public, but still, that's something that seems like a lot of people for a closed trial, you know?
By Her Majesty's direct orders.
How will that work, my lord? How will that work, my lord?
The burden of all arbitration and...
Okay, here we go.
The burden of all arbitration and adjudication falls on my shoulders. Therefore, as you will see, the juror's bench shall remain vacant today.
If no members of the public are present, might I ask who is currently occupying the gallery, mother? Thank you! Thank you for asking that, Susato.
They are members of the judiciary, here to witness proceedings and ensure an equitable trial.
Thank you. Members of the judiciary? Oh my. This is a very unusual trial already.
There is, of course, another unprecedented aspect to these proceedings on which I must elaborate. The counsels for the prosecution and the defense are both aliens of Great Britain.
I believe it takes an outsider to see the truth sometimes. And as I stand here in this courtroom now, I'm quite certain. This is the reason why I had to come to Britain. Okay, he's very hot in that suit, and I love him, but he needs the headband. It's the freaking headband. I need that headband with the waving things behind him, please. The waving tails. It doesn't look the same without his headband. Kazuma?
Very well. Let us commence proceedings. Prosecutor Asogi,
Your opening statement, if you please.
Certainly, my lord. The incident took place on the 1st of November at just after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The location was a building of flats on Fresno Street on the outskirts of the city. The victim's body was discovered there in an old single-room rental property.
Yes, Inspector Tobias Gregson, a name known very well indeed to this court. Not least for his miraculous resolution of one of this country's grimmest cases 10 years ago.
The professor case.
Yeah, no shit.
How sure are you about the time of the incident? Several witnesses on the street outside heard the gunshot, and all have reported the same time. Yes, that's what Gina told us too. There were a number of witnesses. I have here a plan of the room. The victim was found curled up in one corner. It's believed that he was shot from the front at point-blank range and died instantly.
How has the range been determined?
There were scorch marks around the entry wound. Such marks are caused by the gunpowder used to fire the bullet. But powder hot enough to leave scorch marks is only ejected a few inches beyond the end of the barrel. In other words, it only happens when the target is at point-blank range.
I see, yes. Thank you for the detailed explanation, Counsel.
The autopsy report has been entered into the court record. The murder weapon was found lying beside the victim.
And have you managed to ascertain the owner of this firearm?
No, my lord. Not conclusively. Okay, thank God. Like, I was literally about to go into my Van Zeek's voice, but thank God I didn't, because I would have been saying his lines as Van Zeek's, and I would have thrown myself off when Van Zeek came back, and I'd be speaking with Kazuma's voice. Oh, this is already a really strange trial, indeed. Bravo, Kazuma-sama. For not trying to use the gun as evidence when its provenance can't be proven. I'm pretty sure she's like remembering the first trial in this part of the game, when it was what was it, Ouchie bringing out the photo and he didn't know who sent it. She's like, excuse me. She's kind of like, I wonder if we could all learn something like that.
What are you looking at me for?
Wait, that was Albert. Anyway, let's go back to it. Furthermore, my lord, as I've explained, the revolver was fired at extremely close range. The bullet passed through the victim and struck the wall behind him. There was a candelabrum mounted on the wall, and the tip of one of the candles in it was found to have been blown off by the projectile. We noticed that too, didn't we? Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right.
Thank you for the thorough report, Counsel. The setting of the crime is clear to me. You will submit the plan of the crime scene as evidence, please.
As you wish, my lord. The crime scene floor plan has been entered into the court record.
Is this Fresno Street room Inspector Gregson's private abode?
No, my lord. The room is rented to a Mr. Hugh Boone. But there's precious little furniture inside, and is generally in a poor state of repair. So what on earth was Gregson even doing there? Presumably, he was investigating some case or other. When a policeman was informed of the gunshot from the witnesses and rushed to the scene, he found only the deceased inspector and the accused standing alongside, holding the revolver. The attending officer arrested the accused on the spot.
So, the details of the case are clear.
In that case, the prosecution would like to call its first witness.
A name, please, counsel. Name!
Naturally, the accused himself.
Lord Van Zeeks?
As a prosecutor, he believes in the oath of office he's taken, and will be compelled to tell the truth.
Very well. Let the defendant take the witness stand. Allah.
So, witness, state your name and occupation for the court.
Beric Van Zeeks, Old Bailey prosecutor. I presume, Lord Van Zeeks, that you heard Prosecutor Asogi's opening presses. I did. It is alleged that you were found at the scene of the crime, and that you were arrested by the arriving police officer. Can you confirm this?
Yes, my lord. Then I'm sure the court would like to hear you explain some things. Then I'm sure the court would like to hear you explain some things away. Namely, why you were there in the room on Fresno Street at the time in question. And what exactly took place.
I intend to explain away nothing. I will simply tell the truth. I must say, Lord Van Zeeks, I never imagined this day would come. Or rather, I didn't want to imagine it would come. But since you became known as the Reaper, a part of me has been dreading it. I hoped you wouldn't have come this early. Your formal testimony then, witness.
Oh, okay, here we go. The facts of the incident.
I was investigating Gregson, and my inquiries had led me to that address. When I first entered the room that day, it was dark inside, and I saw no one. A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around and saw the revolver on the floor. Just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me.
Okay, so we gotta do this, huh? That testimony was the whole truth.
It was.
So, you heard a shot being fired in a room with no living occupants. And moments later, a corpse somehow appeared before your eyes. Is that it? You're right. You haven't explained away anything. In fact, that would barely qualify as an excuse.
I thought you were my mute apprentice. Yet it turns out you have a way with words. Prosecutor Asogi. Asogi. It would appear to be a singular tale indeed.
Singular isn't the word. It's laughable. What's got into Kazuma? He's not behaving like himself at all.
Hey, a blow to the head will change your entire personality around, man, okay? Don't judge him.
Very well then. Counsel, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord.
Hey, here we go. Oh, I love that portrait. I love that portrait of Kazuma. That was so good.
I was investigating Gregson, and my inquiries had led me to that address.
Okay, let me see what we got in our record.
Not much.
Introduction, I got that. That's the note of dismissal. That's the photograph of Evie. It's the revolver, the policeman figurine. Anything really on it that I missed? twist it. Let's see. Rinse that. Key. Okay. The coroner, Maria Gori. Time of death. The victim was shot in the chest at close range from the front, resulting in instant death. Scorch marks at point of entry. The bullet exited the wound from behind. Initial object. The caliber of the gun used matches that of standard issue firearms for members of the judiciary. My god, that's a tongue twister for me. Okay. Alright. Let's hold it! You were investigating the inspector. What on earth for? I'm not at liberty to say. Sorry? I'd identified a distinct possibility that Gregson was involved in a case I was investigating. Regrettably though, he was killed before I could secure the proof I needed.
Is the court to understand then that on the day in question you followed the victim to the scene?
No, I was privy to his movements in advance. How? I stole into his office in the yard and consulted his diary. So, you broke into his place. Great. The address on Fresno Street was noted in the 5 p.m. entry. You illegally entered the man's office? In Japan, that alone would constitute a very serious offense. Thank you, Kazuma, for bringing in a reality check.
As it does in Great Britain, I assure you. Is that not the case, Lord Van Zieks?
I was aware of the possible consequences. I still did it. Nothing with fear. I don't fear anything. How about garlic? No! So in summary, you were investigating the victim, and yet you refused to tell the court why. I didn't realize British prosecutors enjoyed such freedom to choose what to divulge under oath. Ugh. Why did I ever think I could defend this man? I don't know about you, but was there anyone who was going to do it anyway? It was dark inside, and I saw no one.
Hold it!
Had you ever been to the address before? No, never. I only learned of the place as a result of my investigations into Gregson's activities. There was no light inside when I entered, so it was all but impossible to make out anything. But at 5 p.m., the sun would only just have gone down. It would still have been reasonably light outside. The room has a window, but it was boarded shut. Very little light found its way into the room from outside, so it was extremely murky inside. I wouldn't have noticed if the victim was already lying on the floor. There was no artificial light in the room, you say? You're quite sure? I'm quite sure that the part of the room where the body was found was very dark. I have a feeling that there was a small oil lamp burning on the desk, though I couldn't say for certain. Look, Mr. Naruhodo. There is a small desk in the room just there. Yes, I remember. And there was an oil lamp on it, as well as the framed photograph. When I entered the room, I closed the door behind me and started toward the desk to investigate. And what did you find? Nothing. I never actually reached the desk. Ooh, here we go. Sorry. A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around and I thought, well,
Hold it!
So, who fired the gun?
I have no idea. I didn't see anybody else in the room.
But you say it was very dark in there.
Yes, that's right. All I can tell you is I didn't sense another's presence.
Aha! Then it could be that the gunshot actually originated from somewhere outside the room.
No, that's out of the question.
Oh,
Without doubt, the sound emanated from inside the room. I could smell the gunpowder. Ugh, this is going from bad to worse.
and you say that's the point at which you noticed the revolver on the floor.
Correct. And I foolishly picked it up. That was carelessness on my part. Presumably then, the gunshot you heard came from the firearm that you somewhat hastily took in your hands. In point of fact, my lord, I believe it did not.
What?
The barrel of the revolver I picked up was cold, and there was no smell of spent powder.
But then, where on earth is the gun that was fired?
Whilst I would like to oblige you with an answer, I'm afraid I can't. I too would dearly like to know that. Just as I picked up the firearm to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream.
Hold it!
A man, you say? One of the witnesses, I presume? That's right. One of the street merchants working on Fresno Street.
Who are these merchants?
A number of them had set up their stalls directly beneath the boarded window of the crime scene. A match seller, a newsmonger, and a peddler. They've all given statements saying they heard the gunshot. And without thought of danger, they ran inside to see what had happened. Yes, Gina told us about that yesterday, didn't she? They burst through the door with some force, it would seem.
They did, and almost gave me a heart attack in the process.
But you're supposed to be the Reaper.
The first man to come in immediately noticed the revolver in my hand and fled.
A policeman patrolling on Fresno Street heard the commotion and was able to arrest the accused shortly after the incident occurred.
Anyway, the man's scream drew my attention in that direction. Okay, let's see what the last one does.
Hold it!
What do you mean by that? In what way did the body appear?
I honestly can't explain it, but it's the truth. As far as I was concerned, the body hadn't been there until that point, and then suddenly there it was.
Did you perhaps hear the sound of the victim falling to the ground just beforehand?
At that moment, what I heard was the sound of the door flying open and the scream of the man who came inside first. Nothing more.
I see.
After the man fled, I examined the body. I was stunned to find that it was Gregson. Most curious circumstances indeed. How the inspector was killed or how his body seemed to appear out of nowhere, I have no idea.
Objection!
What the? Surely the court has heard enough. My lord, the cross-examination has clearly revealed that the accused, Barrick Van Zeeks, is lying on multiple fronts. Oh my... What is this music? What the... Oh my god. This is so... What the heck? What is that supposed to mean?
Good gracious, counsel.
The defendant is lying, you say?
The defendant is lying, you say?
In his testimony just now, he claims that he failed to notice the victim's body because the room was dark.
That's correct.
No, that's impossible. As proven by this candelabrum. How does that prove anything? If you examine the tip of the long candle, you can see it has been blown off by a powerful impact.
One would assume that the projectile from the firearm passed through the victim and struck the candle.
The problem comes when you consider the other two candles, which are clearly of a different length.
Yes, I can see that only the candle that appears to have been struck by the bullet is long.
We could reasonably expect someone to have lit out all three candles together, which begs the question of why only one has ended up longer than the others. That must be because of that particular candle was extinguished when the others were still burning.
Ah. You fell right into that trap, Ryunosuke.
So you agree? That's right. When the candle was hit by the bullet, it obviously went out. But the other two candles would still have been burning. So the fact is, the victim's body would have been illuminated by the light still thrown by the candelabrum. And the accused's claim that he couldn't see the body clearly contradicts those facts.
Ah.
And now to the next lie.
There's more?
The accused also claims never to have visited the scene of the crime before.
Okay, give me 1 second. My dog left. He has to go to the bathroom. And also, my God, this is getting interesting. I need to get a drink. Give me 1 quick second. Get into it.
That's the truth. In that almost empty room, the police discovered something very unusual.
A board covered from top to bottom in police documents and newspaper cuttings. Yes, that's right. We saw it too. It goes without saying that the contents of the police documents cannot be divulged. However, they include a number of reports from various historical cases, the oldest of which was from 10 years ago. 10 years ago? This is starting to sound familiar. Okay. Let's just make a rule that whenever someone says something from 10 years ago, let's just assume it's the Reaper. I mean, not the Reaper, the Professor. Because that's obviously what it's going to be. And there is a common thread linking all of the documents on the board, on that board.
Indeed. What is the common thread, Counsel?
They all relate to cases prosecuted in court by Barrick Van Zeeks. That freaking smug smile. Wipe that off your face. All of them? Furthermore, all those cases are ones in which the defendant was acquitted.
Good Lord.
Interestingly, none of those defendants are alive today, because all of them have been sent to their graves by the Reaper. Oh no. In short, that dingy little room is the Reaper's secret hideout and his base of operations. The Reaper's hideout? And yet the Reaper would claim never to have been to his own secret hideout? No one would believe that. No, the truth is, we've been looking at this backwards.
Backwards? Explain, Counsel.
Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. As I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand. What?
Order! 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 Very well. I hereby state the current opinion of the court. Barrick Van Zeeks is an outstanding prosecutor who has rendered great service to his country. However, it is with deep regret that I must concur with Prosecutor Asogi's contention that the defendant's testimony exhibits a number of stark inconsistencies with the known facts.
Here come the strings.
All I have done is state the truth as I know it.
Kazuma's done a brilliant job as ever. He's drawing on his experience as a defense attorney to build his prosecution case, and it's formidable.
Counsel, you will submit the board that you just showed the court as evidence. I believe it to be fundamental in establishing the facts surrounding the Reaper's existence.
Thank you, my lord.
Oh no! I just did it! I just did it!
Thank you, my lord. I just did the Van Zeek's voice for Kazuma. I just did it. Oh, God. Oh, boy. What did I just do? Great. Now I have to voice Van Zeek's as Kazuma just once. Oh, boy. The notice board has been entered into the court record. And now, the prosecution would like to call new witnesses to the stand. Witnesses who saw events unfold on the day in question. They were mentioned in the previous testimony too, if you remember. Yes, the street sellers who heard the gunshot and went running into the room.
Very well. Lead the witnesses in. The defendant may step down from the witness stand.
Certainly, my lord. Okay, who is it? Who the heck? Oh, what the? Oh, not you! Oh, God. Okay, here we go again. Oh god. It's that guy again. From the very first case. Well, the first case in Britain, that is. Oh boy. Here we go again. So, witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
Names? We don't use names. Far too fancy for the likes of us.
We are just free and easy. So what we like, live where we wanna live.
I don't even know what kind of voice I'm trying to give her. I don't even know.
I could give them all a vacant stare as they walk down Fresno and spin a few words into a verse for them.
Ah. Would I be right in assuming that all three of you make your living by selling wares on the street?
Everyone calls me gossip. I sell jaunty little tidbits to passers by, you know.
Jaunty little tidbits?
Got an absolute smasher for you, sir. Right up your genitals, it is. 6 pence is the price, and not a penny less.
Wait, you're actually trying to sell it to me now?
Oh, come on, sir. Don't tell me you're not interested.
Try the man.
Give him the money and see what it is.
Pay the man.
Oh my god! I love it! They're forcing him to pay up! I love it so much! Oh god, here we go. Alright, 6 pence it is.
You won't regret it, sir. Now, got your lesson in your thumb. Just between us, a young couple on Flight Street has just had twins.
Is that it?
No, that's not it. It's gossip, isn't it? Isn't it? It wants to spread, but that bit's up to you and your mouth, of course. Mine's a bit messed up. I've got more, you know. Want another Jose one? 6 pence a piece, it says, if you're curious.
I am curious, yes, about what's going on just under that fat bottom lip of yours. Namely, that unusual bruise or whatever it is that's poking out from under your collar. Thank you, someone actually pointed that out. What about the next witness then? What name do you go by and what do you sell?
Me, I'm Venus. That's what everyone calls me. Funny, isn't it? I sell these lovely little fireworks to all the local school kids.
What the? Holy
6 pence a pop. What do you think?
She just lit that on her ass. Well, her hips don't lie, and surely those hips are on fire. This is okay. I love these witnesses. They are awesome. I love these witnesses so much. You weren't exaggerating with little. Do they actually sell?
Oh yeah, the second years can't get enough of my Venus firecrackers.
Okay, now I'm going Scottish. I gotta go back to what I was trying to do originally.
Especially when I tell them if they got 100, they could blow up the school.
Not the most savory of ideas, young lady.
What do you say then? Say then, huh? Run a part of 6 pence for a pop?
Okay, I'm just gonna give her Scottish. Wait, what? You want me to buy one?
Tell you what, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you got 100 of them, you could blow up the whole courtroom.
Try it. Oh my god, here we go. Okay.
Try the woman. Give her the money, see if she's right.
Pay the woman.
Oh my god, this is great. I love it. I love it.
Alright, I'll buy one. Lovely stuff. Right then, this is something a bit extra, just for you.
Holy!
The Venus special, only 600 pence.
What the? Oh my god, this is great! I love it!
600? It's 100 of my regular fireworks. Nothing little about that, is there?
And there'd be nothing little about the punishment if I blew up the Old Bailey either.
The Venus firecracker has been entered into the court record. And the last witness. What name do you go by and what do you sell? I'm a think of me, to think of all sorts of thoughts. I think, therefore I am. I am, therefore I think. Because I stand there on the street, watching the world go on about me. They call me the Observator.
Get out of it, old man. Everyone calls you Sandwich and you know it.
So, you don't actually sell anything. A problem shared is a problem halved, as they say. I give advice, I do, and to think what it means. I don't actually sell anything, no, come to think of it. Pity.
No more purchases today, please. Whoa, we have quite a cast here, it seems.
I don't want to stop anytime soon for these people. They're great.
They conduct their business on Fresno Street from morning until night, my lord.
Okay, real quick. We got some stuff entered in the court record from last time, so let me just quickly go over those.
There are details of a whole raft of cases dating back years on here, aren't there? This paper from 10 years ago is browning with age. Look. Out of interest, the most recent thing appears to be this newspaper cutting here. Oh, it's the same Red-Headed League advertisement that Mr. Sholmes had picked out. And do you remember, there was a red hair piece at the scene too? Was Inspector Grayson an exponent of the Red-Headed League then?
Okay, let's see. Anything else? What the heck is that?
Oh, what's this? Mr. Naruhodo, look! Oh yes, it's a smudge of some kind. In fact, it looks just like a handprint. And the color? That's blood, isn't it? Oh dear, how disturbing. The details of the notice board have been updated in the court record.
There we go. That's how you do it, kids. Okay, anything else I need to look for on this board? No. Can we light it?
Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruhodo? You're staring at the end of the string of the fireworks.
Sorry, it's just that it's the Venus special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of fireworks would sound like.
Shall we find out?
What? But she said it could blow up the courtroom. All right, that was a fairly sizable bang. My ears are.
My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruhodo. It sounded almost exactly like. a gun.
Oh god, I can imagine the face of like.
It sounded almost exactly like.
The detail.
The details of the Venus firecracker have been updated in the court record.
Okay, we'll go back to it. They conduct their business on Fresno Street from morning until night, my lord. And always in the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene.
I see. And thus they heard the gunshot, I suppose.
Not only that, but they very bravely ran inside to see what was going on and witnessed the crime.
Well, I'll be beggared. I thought just between us.
Venus de Milo, what am I to do? What a terrible thing I saw. What I think is, what we see is light and shadow playing with our eyes. Is any of it real?
Shut up. Very well. The court will hear the formal testimony of these three witnesses now. You will describe in detail what you witnessed and what heard at the time of the incident. My God, I could not say heard.
We saw the whole thing from start to finish. We did everything from the moment they went into the building.
It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside that we all heard a big bang. Seems to me that quick talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what had happened.
I ran into the room and there he was, the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body.
I was scared half to death, me, so I ran off to find a copper.
If these witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything, who did they see going inside the building? Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Barrick Van Zeeks.
I've seen pictures of that Reaper in the paper. I know what he looks like. And just between us, folks love stories like this. I've made myself a tidy sum already.
But wait! The room was just one of several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it. All those flats on Fresno Street are unoccupied.
Come there, the small, damp, dirty, and expensive to boot.
The room in which the inspector was found is the only property in the building that's currently leased.
And we know the leaseholder's name, don't we? It's Hugh Boone.
The testimony the court has just heard would appear to leave little room for doubt. It's becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than the defendant could have committed the crime.
No! Thank you for your candor, my lord.
Counsel for the defense, you may proceed to cross-examine the witnesses.
Yes, my lord. In a closed court like this without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters. I have to break down this testimony somehow. I don't know how you're gonna break it because, my God, this is already so freaking difficult.
We saw the whole thing from start to finish. We did everything from the moment they went in the building.
Okay. Hold it! When you say they, who do you mean exactly? Inspector Grayson and the defendant, Lord Van Zeeks?
I suppose so. The likes of us don't know the names of the high and mighty. But I'll tell you one thing. It was the old Reaper that went in last. That's for sure certain.
Just behind Inspector Gregson. Did they arrive at the same time as each other?
No, not at all. The first fella must have gone inside close to 15 minutes before we heard the gunshot.
The victim arrived 15 minutes before? Are you sure about that?
Am I sure? Sure? Does it seem likely that I'd have forgotten a fellow with bright red hair like that? Does it?
Yeah. His hair was really well red, wasn't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks even, and redder than my hair. But it's blonde.
Oh my god, these people, I cannot give them a voice. It's so hard.
That fiery red mop still burnt on the inside of my eyelids it is.
Wait a minute. You're saying the man was a redhead? Want a lesson, Sam? I was a redhead, and may have a big trunk with him as well.
But Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red, not by any stretch of the imagination.
It seems likely that the person you saw wasn't in fact Inspector Gregson at all, but some other third party.
No, I hate to break it to you, but the witnesses are correct.
What?
Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taken it at the scene.
Oh, he was there for the Red-Headed League.
Yes, that's Inspector Gregson, all right. And a red hairpiece. Ah, of course. We saw one on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we?
I still refuse to believe Inspector Gregson wore a hairpiece, though.
So then why on earth would he have been wearing something like that?
The color does seem to suit the man, one might say. The photograph will be submitted as evidence, please, counsel.
The photograph of the victim has been entered into the court record.
And what became of the trunk that the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying?
I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene.
So it just disappeared.
What? Do you expect us to have been watching the building every second, do you?
We definitely saw him in the truck going in, though. No question about that.
My god.
It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside that we all heard a big bang.
Hold it!
By which, presumably, you mean the gunshot. I saw these little things, don't I? How would I know what a gunshot sounds like? But I've always thought it would it probably sounds a bit like this, doesn't it?
And you say that you heard the noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building.
That's right. It was almost straight away. Bang, it went, just like that.
Well, he's the Reaper, and they is what the French call a fait accompli. When the Reaper's around, people are going in the ground. I mean, that's what he does, isn't it?
I think we get the message. The Reaper couldn't allow the inspector to live after he discovered his secret hideout. There can be no clearer motive for the crime.
Yes. It's certainly an eminently credible motive.
Great.
And at that point, you ran inside, is that correct?
Alright. Hold it! So, when Gossip ran to see what had happened, did you go too?
Well, me, I'm a bit hampered to see. All the signs are that I can't move very well.
You were way behind. Oh, dang it, again! Oh god. Van Zieks, as the prosecutor, always just screwed me over, man. Then I'm very tired. Okay, let's do it again.
You were way behind, presumably, with that sandwich board around your neck and that big sign in your hand.
What a great burden you bear. Pardon me for asking, Mr. Sandwich, but is it possible you and I have met before?
Huh? I'm not anybody, me. The signs are what make me who I am now. I sign, therefore I am.
So, you weren't employed as an omnibus driver just under a year ago then?
I might be mistaken, but I believe his trembling has intensified, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, I agree. He's clearly been through a lot.
Turn down King Henry Street and the Black Widower's Arms is just there. Oh dear, you've made him hide behind his sign.
Life is full of surprises. Yep, that's true.
I ran into the room and there we was, the paper and I got again.
Hold it!
So then, you were the first person to arrive on the scene, is that right?
That I was. Kicked the door open like a professional I did, and yelled out, "What's going off in there?"
Lord Van Zeeks claims all he heard was a man scream, though.
And was it dark inside the room?
No, not dark at all. There were candles burning on the wall.
Really?
And there was a fella collapsed on the floor. Just between us, it's the first thing I noticed when I got inside.
Ah, I see.
Even though Lord Van Zeeks claims not to have seen any such lights on the wall,
The next thing I noticed was someone standing right beside the body.
the accused, Barrick Van Zeeks.
That's right, the pale-faced Reaper himself. I was a little shocked, I won't deny it, but I'm a little coward. I stood my ground and gave that Reaper a cold, hard stare myself.
Okay, here we go.
Excuse me.
Finally, something to work with. Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich?
There's really nothing to me. Empty in the head I am, just 2 slices with no middle. So I don't know what you could want with me.
I think that maybe you just remembered something. Having heard Mr. Gossip's last statement, I mean.
What I think is, we're all nothings really. We try to dress ourselves up as something else, but at the end of the day, we're all just street sellers.
That's enough of your sandwich. Keep your trap shut now. Unless you want us to make you into a real sandwich.
When he saw the Reaper, he fell clean over on his backside.
That's it.
Oh, you rotten beggar! I told you to keep that a secret!
He screamed, he did. Screamed and scrambled off on all fours. That's all I wanted to say.
Mr. Gossip, is this true?
The floor was dead slippery, that's why. Planted my hand in a filthy pool of blood, then I... Yuck.
What? A pool of blood?
But listen here, even when I was sprawled on the floor, I still kept giving that Reaper a cold hard stare, and don't you forget it.
Let's just go back a little. Did you just say you got a pool of blood on your hand?
I did, happens to the best of us at times, doesn't it? So I was scared, so I slipped over. We can keep it just between us, can't we?
No, Mr. Gossip. I'm going to have to ask you to add that information to your formal testimony.
Oh, if I'm off.
The witness will amend his testimony to include the aforementioned details at once.
I flipped over and got blood on my hand, so I quickly wiped it on the floor.
Nope, you didn't. Nope, that's a lie. But before I do that, like I always do, I'm gonna quickly save right here to be sure we don't mess this up again.
Objection.
There we go. So, you wiped off the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that?
Well, what else did you expect me to have done, eh? Does it really matter?
Objection.
The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigations. What exactly is the defense asserting?
If you listen, you'll find out. Prosecutor Asogi. Huh? Certainly, there was no bloody handprint found on the floor. What are you trying to say? There was a handprint in blood left very clearly at the scene. On the back of this notice board.
No. Yes, indeed. Indisputably a handprint in the distinctive color of blood.
Yeah, that's right. That's my right hand. I know it anywhere.
Objection!
The witness very definitely testified that he wiped his hand on the floor. Any handprints on the back of the board are irrelevant.
Objection!
Not if the board itself had fallen over onto the floor. In that case, it's quite possible for the witness's handprint to have ended up there. Just look at the floor plan of the room. The notice board was in the opposite corner of the room to the victim and in an upright position. Even if it had somehow been toppled and was lying on the floor or at that time, it would have been a considerable distance from the body.
I fell over when I came across the body. So I was basically right next to the corpse, not on the other side of the room.
In other words, the defense's assertion is contradictory. Yes, it is. There's a very definite contradiction here, for which there must be a reason.
I take it you formulated a proper hypothesis, counsel. Regarding this apparent discrepancy between the witness's account and the handprint found at the scene.
Yes, I have, my lord. This discrepancy between the witness's account and the location of the handprint is explained by... Shall we say something else? We know there's not another handprint anywhere, so that one's out of the question. The board moving. Let me save here. I want to say it's false testimony. I mean, that's the only one that makes sense. The witness claims to have wiped his bloody hand on the floor, yet no sign of that remains at the scene. The simplest explanation is that the witness is lying.
Objection!
Just because it's the simplest explanation doesn't make it the correct one. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Positing perjury simply because it suits you. You bring shame on your Japanese heritage. Okay.
I would ask you not to oversimplify matters again, counsel.
Okay, I knew it. I don't remember fostering that kind of simplistic thinking in you. Since when were you my father? Anyway, I was always taught to consider all possibilities. Then show me. There should be a bloody handprint on the floor, so where did it go? I'm ready to give proper explanation to the court now, my lord.
I take it that you formulated that.
Okay. Let's say it's... I want to say it's the board moving. The real contradiction here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. As the court can see, it's upside down.
Good gracious, so it is. If the witness had to put his hand against the board, the fingers should be pointing upwards.
What does that tell us? It tells one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor as I previously suggested, which means that after the incident, it must have been moved. What?
Objection!
You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after the shooting. Then tell the court who. I don't know that yet. But the point is, When you consider all of the testimony we've heard so far, we can now be very clear on one point.
And that would be?
The position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord.
So, counsel, I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court. At the time of the incident, where do you maintain the notice board was situated?
It was right... I want to say it's right here. Let me save again. I don't care about that one. We already got the thing. So we can save right there. We'll have one penalty to my name. Okay, so let's say right here.
Take that!
This is the only possible location.
Immediately adjacent to the doorway.
If the court would think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier, he said that when he entered the room, it was dark, and he couldn't see the body. Bayak! If the notice board had been here, the body would have been completely hidden from view, and the light from the candles would have been blocked, making the room appear darker.
Objection!
But the accused also claims that the victim's body simply appeared before him. That's true. Or, in his precise words,
Just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open. I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me.
excuse me,
I don't know about calling it a scream, but it was talking about me and no mistake. Cause it was me that kicked the door open.
if you look again at the floor plan, consider what would happen if the door to the room was thrown open with force. That can't. The door struck the notice board, knocking it over and making the victim's body visible.
Good gracious!
My client has told nothing but the truth. He has simply described what he saw. Oh boy.
Order! Counsel, how has this not come to light before now?
Well, it was covered by a notice board, sir.
I understand.
After the incident, somebody must have righted the board and moved it into the position where the police, myself, and my colleague saw it when investigating the room.
Witness, what have you to say? You to say for yourself?
What? Me, my lord.
You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board.
The witnesses in the stand will testify again. You will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime.
Stop looking over your glasses at me. I get the message. I don't know anything about that notice board. I just want my hand on it, that's all.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life.
It was that Reaper, I bet. He's got a face that screams bored.
I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard the gunshot.
Oh boy, these people are annoying me now.
So none of you can elaborate further.
Shaken by the crime they witnessed with only the light of a few candles and an oil lamp by which to see, we can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened. That's right, yeah. It don't pay to expect too much. It's man's endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world. If that's what I think.
Do you? Really?
In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is Barrick Van Zeeks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact.
Quite so, quite so. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witness despite these circumstances?
Most certainly, my lord.
Very well. Then you may proceed, counsel.
Oh god, here we go.
Hold it!
So you admit that it was the board you wiped your bloody hand on.
Admit it. What's the word admit? It's the plain as day for all to see. A smashing print of my right arm.
Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you write at the notice board and pushed it into the corner, did you?
No. I imagine the weight of that great lump. So I look like a powerful, well-nurtured man.
Well, did you see anybody else moving the board?
I've got nerves of steel, I can tell you, but even I have my limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper himself standing over it. And there was precious little light inside, either. My bottom lip was all a quiver.
In other words, this witness is unable to give definite testimony on that point.
That fact? Yes, so it would seem.
Don't look at me, I haven't got good about it. I was doing business some second years. Okay. When you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks? Yeah, what else? There's the Priory School just around the corner, see? Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow their school to Kingdom Come.
Ha.
So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to buy more. Everyone's happy, see?
What a racket.
Of course, and sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. It's a busy life selling explosives.
Venus is a guileful goddess indeed.
Well, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it.
Oh boy. This guy again.
Excuse me!
Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich? If I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Would that be the end of it?
No.
Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps? Philosophical thoughts. Deep philosophical thoughts. Let's say there was a great liar. And that great liar said without batting an eye, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. Will those words of hers be a lie too? Or the truth? In which case, she's not a liar. Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think?
Oh god. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. All these testimonies is basically an enigma for me. I don't even know what's going on in this case anymore. Give me a second. I gotta take my dog again. Give me one. I'll be right back.
not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying, are you?
What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause me trouble, are you? Come on like that. And I'll wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set them off. That'll give you something to tremble about.
You have a startling, disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady.
So, Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich?
Well, if it means I'll be burning hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Can you elaborate, police sir? Can you elaborate, please, sir? I did. It's the third time today.
All blabbermouth here, headed for the room where the gunshots seemed to come from. But there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him too. That's right. That rotten liar over there. That's it. You're dead.
Do you mean to say that you did, in fact, betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
What did I tell you, eh? I said I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I?
Yes, you mentioned it.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch?
So you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief.
Well, now you come to mention it. I suppose perhaps. I do clearly remember climbing that stairs to the room, yeah?
Either you clearly remember it or you don't.
Well, I shall consider a fitting punishment for this perjurous act later. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth.
Oh yes, my lord. Of course. Maybe I did sneak alongside behind gossip and have a little peek into the room where it happened. And the room where it happened, the room where it happened.
Hold it!
You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus?
Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice though, I take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
Alright. But you did in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on that day in question, didn't you?
Oh please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying.
The truth, please.
Well, alright. Just a bit then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know.
Did you touch anything at the scene?
Oh, please. As if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor.
The truth, please.
Well, alright, just a bit then. I had a look to see if there was anything I could sell. So I did get the place a once over, but there was nothing to write home about.
Right. Now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Oh, please. As if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had.
The truth, please.
Well, alright then. I thought that there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flippin' thing. Sorry, flipped the blasted thing.
You're telling us that you did move that board?
I think that is about, didn't it?
Okay. Listen to me the last time. I have to go get him.
What? You death bomb pop.
I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think.
So, did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps, to sell?
Oh, please. I should be so lucky.
The truth now! What did she say?
In my imagination.
The truth now!
I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose. But a bit of junk like this can't be walking into fast. Ah!
Gina! Gina! So it was you, was it? Oh wait, no. So it was you, was it? You're the one who took it. Gina? Young lady, may I remind you where you are? That watch there. That was a present to Inspector Gregson from the yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago.
The professor case, no doubt.
The boss used it to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. I see. I swiped it off him once and blimey was he upset. He gave me a riot earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did. Possibly not the best thing to go diving for then.
It's not all that though. I took it to Jabby's that night to ask how much it was worth. But the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it. Said it wasn't working. Knocked about and worthless, he called it.
I know I should have left it at. Oh boy. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once.
Oh please, just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done.
Not a chance. I'll swipe it from you if you try to get your grubby mess on it again. That's enough. Hand the watch to the bailiff forthwith. Now, children, watch your manners. That's how it feels like this entire case is, for God's sake. Good Lord. The glass appears to be broken.
More than likely, it shattered when the inspector was shot. It doesn't tick anymore either. Which is why Jabby didn't want it. What a waste, huh?
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5.
Exactly when the gunshot was heard then. Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course. Gregson's pocket watch has been entered into the court record.
Let's see what that looks like.
What a shame that the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully.
I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you?
Yes, I should think so.
He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact.
But kindly remember that he's a great detective, Mr. Naruto. Not an odd job man.
I don't know, he does plenty of odd jobs if you ask me.
There's a tiny little stub sticking out from the small hole. Here, look. I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for sending the time.
In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of his watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which can mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe. Okay, now we know. My guess is that it broke and someone moved it.
It would appear.
Oh, forgot to say that. It's just like,
Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least.
and as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case.
Now then, continue with the cross-examination, please, counsel.
Oh, that did nothing.
I don't know anything. I'm just a bystander, me
Just a sign of the crosses of life. But you did go to see what had happened in the room, didn't you? Fresno Street is my whole world. That's all I know. And I know all of it. I have to make it my business to know if I want to hold my sign up high. So you did go to see what had happened. It's not the destination that's important. It's how you get there, isn't it? Did you notice a notice board in the room? If you think about it, we're both the same species, aren't we? Both different members of the sign family. So if I spotted it, I might have to try to trip it up out of a sense of rivalry, I admit. Someone really needs to tell you that you're Homo sapiens, not Homo simiens. Does that mean that you didn't notice the board? I can only repeat what I said before. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life.
In which case, just who was responsible for moving the notice board?
It was that raper, I bet. It got a feather screams bored.
Hold it!
What exactly do you mean by that?
Oh, come on now. Don't tell us you've not noticed. It looks like he hates everything in the world, that fella. But not notice boards. There's the one thing he likes. You can see it in his eyes.
I can't say I'd ever noticed.
I'll tell you one thing for free though. I never took my eyes off that man on the floor or off the raper, not for a second.
Sorry?
Well, I was that scared I couldn't. You never know what a thing like that might do if you look away, do ya?
If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the notice board.
That I can't. The raper did nothing of the sort. I can swear to that. I couldn't have missed it, even if he heaved that thing upright again and dragged it into the corner.
Right. Glad we cleared that up. What happened to the face that screams bored? I feel your pain, Kazuma. I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when we heard that gunshot.
Hold it!
It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon that you all heard the loud bang, wasn't it? Maybe then the notice board fell over. Or maybe it didn't. Maybe I fell over. Or maybe I didn't. But the Reaper's fate is sealed either way because of that gunshot we all heard. So your fate's sealed too.
My fate?
That's right. The defense's fate is to lose, and the prosecution to win. In other words, it all hinges on that single gunshot. So if I could just find some problem with that part of their story,
It may be possible to change all of our fates.
of course, none of that changes the fact that I heard what I heard, does it? Not much to go on.
As you pointed out, Mr. Naruto, there's no question that the notice board was moved, so somebody must have done it.
But it did happen after the event, so maybe Kazuma is right, and it's not relevant to the case.
But it seems to have been deliberately positioned so as to hide the body from view. So I feel sure that there's some deeper significance to all of this.
Yes, I know what you mean.
I've no doubt there are more clues to be uncovered. You're on the right track, I can feel it. So follow your instincts.
Alright then. Okay, next one. Okay, so looking through all this testimony again, it's kind of hard to say though. Like, oh god, my brain is trying to
wrap around what's going on exactly based on all the information we got. Let's see. I want to present that on the 5th statement, so let me go ahead and do it. Okay, save it here for now. So that way I have something to go back to, just in case. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, don't look at me. I don't think it's gonna change anything, but let's try it.
Objection!
Yep, nothing. Okay, let's go back to that. Because I'm trying to figure out what about their testimony I can use. What all happened? I don't know anything yet. I'm just like bystander me, it's time to cross with life. There has to be a piece of evidence that we need. Still dive when we hit the gunshot. I am struggling here because I cannot figure it out for the life of me. I did sneak it on my concept. I have a little peek in the room where it all happened. Did I have to present it again? I thought I exposed it. I bet he's got a face that screams bored. Jeez, this is a tough one because I can't figure out heads or tails of it. We know she moved it, but there's someone. So this is the type of revolver that's standard issue for members of the judiciary then. Yes, and when I asked about whether records are kept about who they're issued to, I was told that for the past 5 years, they've been engraved with a unique serial number. Oh, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing like that on this gun, which tells us that it must have been issued longer ago than that. Okay. Nope, nothing new to tell us about that. Okay, we already twisted the head. Let's keep trying it again, though. Okay, blah 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 blah. And that reveals a key. Yeah, it's not. I can't figure it out though. No, there's nothing. No, I can't say. Is there anything there that I need to see? No, nothing really. I can't see that. I don't know. I'm actually gonna stop here because I'm very tired, and this is taking a toll on me. Like, and I think I just need a mental break from this because, Lord Jesus Christ in heaven, that's a lot to deal with. So we're just gonna end stream here for now. I want to keep going, but my brain hurts and I need to give it a break. So for now, we're just gonna leave it here. I'll come back to this another time, maybe in another day or so, or whenever I'm free. I'm gonna try to do Persona again on Friday, but yeah, for now we'll just leave it be here. I'm gonna give my brain a rest and my voice a rest because a lot of those voices were hard. So we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys for coming in today. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Mustang, as always, for having you come. It's always great to have you in my chat. It's always great to have you here in the room. So we're gonna end. We're gonna come back to this case later. For now, I was gonna give myself a little mental break, a vocal rest, and also a chance for me to just have a little, maybe take a little nap over here. So Friday, I will be back in the morning with another Persona 4 stream. I'm gonna probably do around 10 o'clock like it is, or maybe around 11. We'll see how things go. I don't have anything else planned per se. Maybe I'll have another game. You'll hear from me on my social media, on my Instagram, and then you'll see my schedule. Maybe either tomorrow or Thursday, I'll have another stream pop up. I'll let you guys know over on my Instagram. But yeah, so this was a lot of fun. These witnesses were something. Definitely something. And they brought so much life into it, and it was great. I love these witnesses. They are probably the best witnesses we've had in a long time, and dare I say, ever. They were so great so far. So as much as I would love to keep playing them, I just need a little break from them. So thank you guys again for coming in today. Check my schedule on my Twitch channel, and then on my Instagram. You'll always see when I go live. I usually try to do at least 30 minutes, 25 minutes before I go on, but sometimes I'm in such a rush that I forget to do that, and I post right when I go on. So just keep in mind about that. And until then, I'll see you guys on Friday for the next Persona 4 Friday stream. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Bye.